Now, normally once a year, I hop onto free-to-play with the intent of trying to earn a bond with no outside help and entirely from scratch. I proved it's possible to do that with flipping, but how easy is it to do it with just free-to-play moneymakers and free-to-play content? Well, short answer, very, very difficult. Now this video started off as most of my rebuild videos in free-to-play do, but kind of something crazy happens that might not be repeatable in the future, so bear that in mind. I definitely got very lucky in this video, but I still tried a bunch of other things as well, so I think it could still be useful as a template on how to escape free-to-play in 2024. Okay, first a name. We're gonna go with Suffer for Bond because we are probably gonna be suffering here. Okay, one thing I always forget to do is we can talk to Count Check. You get a one-time teleport to the stronghold, saves a bit of running, which is nice. So I have a couple ideas on how I want to start building this account. There's actually a few different moneymakers I've never tried before, and some that were just introduced in 2023 to free-to-play. Conventional methods that have been in the game for a long time usually cap out at like 200, 300k per hour in free-to-play. And those have very high requirements, so you definitely have to think outside the box if you want to finish this in a reasonable amount of time. So there's our 10k from the stronghold. We should spend this wisely. So what are we going to spend this money on? Well, wizard hats. We've come over to Betty's Magic Emporium and we're buying out definitely the blue wizard hat. We might buy this one as well. I'm not really sure whether that's worth it. Yeah, we should probably buy both of them. Currently they're going for a couple hundred GP each. It looks like 500 for the blue wizard hat and a bit less for the black one, but a pretty easy money-making method. And what's actually really nice about this is there's actually a bank kind of nearby, or a deposit box at least. So after you get a full inventory, you just walk over here to this deposit box, which thankfully is here, probably due to the monks of Intrana, but we have a different use for it. Okay, that's probably enough for now. We got 70 of each, more or less. We're also gonna pick ourselves up a Chronicle, which will allow us to teleport to the Champions Guild, one of the few teleports you get in free to play, so you definitely want to pick that up, and it's equipable. So we'll drop the blue wizard hats in for about 570. The other ones for almost 1,000 each. These are the current prices. They're kind of all over the place. That should be 100k profit though. Oh my god, so I forgot about this account for, let's just say, a while. So they did all sell off, but this took a long time. This is not consistent, I don't think. Anyway though, we actually bumped our cash tag up by 100k, which is really, really nice. Might have looked easy, but that was actually weeks between those clips. Whoops. So that kind of worked. So we're going to try another similar method. We're going to be buying cake tins from the general store. Cake tins are selling for 2,000 gold each, and that might seem ridiculous and random, but those kind of price spikes happen a lot, even in free-to-play, and we're just taking advantage of them as we see them. This is not that consistent, but there's almost no way to lose money doing this, just your time, which in free-to-play is not worth that much. So we're actually going to price check one of these cake tins. It's actually going for 2,000 each, which is kind of insane. Poor souls buying these, but we'll see if these actually sell off. We just have 26. Now while these sell off, I have another idea. There's one item in free-to-play that used to not be worth much at all, but has recently gone up by like 10 times, and that would be the Muddy Key. These have gone up because there's some rumor that Laran's keys might get added to their drop table or something like that. I honestly can't remember exactly. Regardless, they are way more expensive than they used to be, and they do drop from free-to-play monsters, specifically the Chaos Dwarf. Now there's only Chaos Dwarves in the wilderness, but it's free-to-play. I'm not really worried about other players. I am worried a bit about how easy it is to kill them, but we'll give it a try. Just start out by attacking some goblins to get Fire Strike. That should be enough. That's going to be our best DPS combat for forever, potentially. Okay, so we found the Chaos Dwarves. They have a really big wander range, which is really annoying. See if we can find somewhere good to kill them, because anything could wander into us and start attacking us, which would be kind of ruin our entire kill, honestly. Okay, we found these rocks here. This is perfect, actually. There's so many angles to safe spot these on. Plus, we're getting some magic training in as well, which could come in handy. So I might be stuck in free-to-play for a long time with how expensive bonds are, but that doesn't mean I can't decorate my room with some of the most iconic RuneScape members items. Today's video sponsor, Creator Crafted, has you covered. I love working with Creator Crafted because they work really closely with the old school RuneScape community to come up with honestly some of the coolest designs. From twisted bows and Elysians to dragon scimitars and party hats, Creator Crafted is offering the first officially licensed old school RuneScape LED sign. The signs are built incredibly well and really elevate your space. You can mount them directly on the wall, or if you're like me and have 4 desks in your room for some reason, you can just use the included desktop stand. I also really like the mouse pads they offer as well. They have amazing art from the Tombs of a Mascot or even a Leagues mouse pad as well. Right now, Creative Crafted is running their winter sale, so most things on the website are already discounted. But make sure to also use my link in the description or enter the code FLIPPING at checkout and you're gonna get an additional 10% off your order. Things are selling out really quick, so if you're thinking of picking up some old school RuneScape merch, now is the time. And thank you so much to Creative Crafted for sponsoring. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I killed about 5 Chaos Dwarves, realized that this was just not gonna be a good money-making method, and definitely got immediately distracted by Free-to-Play's newest shiny toy, Forestry. And you might be wondering, why would you do Forestry in Free-to-Play? Well, part 1 of Forestry had almost no tangible way to make money with it in Free-to-Play, but that changed with the addition of part 2. For whatever reason, the Felling Axe handle is a free-to-play item. Felling axes are pay-to-play, you can't use them at all, but specifically the axe handle is free-to-play and you can trade it on the Grand Exchange. So presumably you can buy it from the Forester shop in free-to-play, right? Right? I'm actually not sure about that. It says free-to-play in the shop, so that would be really misleading if you can't. The only issue is it's 10,000 anima bark, and anima bark is slow to get in free-to-play, but we're gonna give it a shot. The main level we need to get before we really start gaining anima bark is 30, so we can start chopping the willow trees. There's 15 for now, we can move on to oaks. Now the free-to-play forestry world was actually kind of dead, but the main busiest world like 301, lots of people in it. Okay, there's my first event. I actually didn't know you could get this one in free-to-play, interesting. So you can get the struggling sapling event. I know you can get the root event as well, so there's 2. Okay, we definitely messed that up a bit, but 33 anima bark, probably 50 from the event. It's gonna take a while. My god, my cake tins actually kind of sold off after a really long period of time. We ended up gathering 100 of them. That's 120k profit. We'll take that. We'll use that to invest into some axes. We'll get a mithril axe, of course a rune axe eventually. Forestry is a long-term play. We essentially get no money until we can afford the axe handle, at which point we get like 2 mil or more. But we get nothing until we have the full 10,000 anima bark, which is, it's gonna take a while. Okay, so there's the roots event. I don't know if this one's the best. I feel like it might be. Well, that's sad. Because we actually found the right combination right away. Hopefully we'll get a bit more bark this time. Okay, that was really good. We got like 3 levels as well, just doing that one event. 87 for finishing it, plus a bunch along the way. We mostly got 150, even maybe 200. Forestry is just the best training in free-to-play anyway, so we might as well do it. Long way to go though. Okay, there's 30 woodcutting, which means we can now chop willow trees. I think anima bark somewhat scales with your woodcutting level, so hopefully we'll get more as we get higher level, but I'm not confident with that. There's really just not that much information on free-to-play forestry. I wonder why. So for the root event, we get 5 anima bark every couple ticks when we're chopping the infused tree. And just from a couple events, we're already up to 800 in roughly 2 hours. So I'm not really sure the GP per hour of this, but I think it's a cool goal to go for. So I woke up this morning and I was looking through free-to-play items on GE Tracker, and I found an item that's really interesting and for some reason is going for an incredibly inflated price, and that would be fish food. Now this item is kind of funny because it's only used in Ernest the Chicken, the quest, and we're literally at the quest location. Not really sure why anyone would buy this on the Grand Exchange anyway. I feel like people just read the quest list and just buy all the items right away without realizing you can just pick it up when you're there. Normally fish food goes for 400 or 500 GP each, which is actually a decent moneymaker and free to play on its own, but they're going for way more right now. So we got a full inventory of fish food. Let's go ahead and price check one just to see what they're going for. Okay, we insta sold one for 3k. That's crazy, which means that's inventory 80k. Okay, so we already burnt through whatever offers in the Grand Exchange, but still, that's 40k instantly from half an inventory of fish food. But the crazy thing about this item right now is it's actually selling for 20,000 gold each. It's the very beginning of December, and for some reason, this item is spiked up 20 times in value, but surprisingly, people are slowly buying it. I do not believe it. We've actually sold off 33 fish food at 20,000 each. That's unheard of for free to play. Each inventory at this price is worth $500,000. We're actually already up to $1 million cash right now. Actually 1.3 mil. That's, oh my God, I don't even know what to say about that. What is going on? To put in perspective, this is probably, if this continues, probably 10 times quicker than any other moneymaker in free to play, if not more. Like right now, we're really gated on how many people are buying fish food, but they're slowly coming through and no one is competing with me on this. More offers coming through. The rest of that one's sold off, plus some in the other offer slots. That's another 700K cash. We're actually up to 2 mil already. So this is where we kind of had to preface it at the beginning. Not repeatable. Look at these price spikes right now. For some reason, it's just all over the place. Earlier, it was 40,000 each, and now it's 20,000. People are actually buying these. It's crazy. So really the strategy right now is make sure I always have an offer going because we have no idea when this is going to end. It could easily drop down to 300, 400 GP again like that, and that would be it. Oh my God, we came back just in time. Look at that. How much money is that right now? I actually have no idea. I've collected some already. 400K from that offer slot, 300K there, and another 1.6 mil. What's going on? This is absolutely ridiculous for free to play. You can see that it actually did dip down a couple times lower, but I just left this in overnight and we woke up and most of it had sold off. It's just absurd. We're at 4.3 mil in free to play and we're putting in like 0 effort. So my video got kind of derailed. This is meant to be like a free to play to bond series like I've done before where we try out a ton of different methods and slowly grind to a bond, but now we're just taking a cheat code method. But what are you gonna do when you find like a 2 mil per hour money making method in free to play? You just have to do it. So it's actually selling so quickly right now that it's taking me almost the same amount of time to collect it. So because we actually have 25 magic, we're bringing a Varrock teleport with us, which hopefully should speed things up a bit. So we're able to collect another 125. In our current offers, we have some sold off, but we're actually able to get finally a surplus here. That should be 2.5 mil worth of fish food, which you collected in like under an hour, definitely. So we're coming back at the end of the day. A good chunk of them sold off. That's another 700K plus 600K, 1.3 mil. Just crazy. We're already up to 6.4 mil, which means we are well on our way to a bond. 2/3 of the way there just from this freaking fish food. Plus we have another 100 to sell off. We're just gonna do a quick price check. We've been doing it throughout the day. Still going for 20K. Something I'm actually more surprised about than fish food going for 20K each is that nobody has undercut me that much yet. Because we went to bed and woke up the next morning with 60 of them sold off. That's a really solid amount of cash, 1.2 mil. This has actually put us within touching distance of a bond already. I feel like dirty doing this kind of. Looking at the prices, it's still going for 20,000 each and they're still trickling through. Pretty much ever since 3 days ago, the price has been wacky and we have just been there the entire time selling our wares. So while we've been waiting for the fish food to sell off, we have been doing more forestry. We're currently up to 2,500 anima bark, so we're a quarter of the way to a bond. So theoretically, we have an expected value from that of around 500K just from the anima bark. The forestry moneymaker might still be about a couple 100K per hour, maybe like 150K per hour, which isn't great, but everything seems terrible compared to the fish food, I guess. Okay, so we've actually had to lower our price. Shocking, I know, and we didn't even have to lower it that much. We brought it down to 15,000, which is still ludicrously high. That's another 900K. Oh my God, we're pretty much done. 8.7 mil already. I think this is it, guys. I don't know what to say, but I think we're done. Oh my God, what even happened here? We already have 10 mil. We actually blew past the bond price, I'm pretty sure. 10.1 mil right now. Well, actually, we should check the prices of bonds because they're also ridiculous. Oh my God. So it actually wasn't enough for a bond exactly. We probably could have been patient and then bought one, but I decided, screw it, we'll just go get more fish food. It's still going for 15,000 each. I was just gonna sit here and run with it as long as physically possible because like if we got to 20 or 30 mil doing the same method, that would be cool. Honestly, it's a good moneymaker even for pay to play. So we have another 2 mil from fish food, bringing us up to 12 mil, which means we have more than blasted past the bond, not even close now. Plus we have more to sell off. What the hell is going on here? Okay guys, it's time. Prices have slowly been going down. We've been undercut to about 5k each, which is still an insanely good moneymaker for free to play, but 13 mil is more than enough money for a bond. So after a week of abusing fish food, it finally did peter out, but we ended up with 13 mil plus a bit more, 13.7 mil cash, almost 14 mil. Plus, if we look at our forestry kit, we're able to get up to 3,500 anima bark. That's not 10,000, that's not enough, but that's still about a third of the way to the axe handle, which equates to about 800k if we were to go the whole way and sell it off. So we ended up with like 14.5 mil, something like that. Plus we even have a bit more stuff in the bank. So we actually blew past the bond. Right now they're going, I think, for about 10 mil. We'll go ahead and buy one. 10.1, can we get it? Yeah, easy. So that was my free-to-play to bond journey in 2024. Sure, not conventional, maybe not repeatable, but somehow that's what happened. Before I go, don't forget to check out Creator Crafted. Most of their products were restocked recently, but are selling out quick, so now's the time to grab one. Thanks for watching guys, as always. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.